What up, sound wavers? We are back again with another video. Today, we are back playing this very crazy class of a game, and it is called Danganronpa. Alright, so back at it with another video. Here we go. So this is the third class trial. There's been 2 murders this time.
What? What the fuck?
Here are all the names. And here we go into the third class trial, the third class trial. If you want to check out my other videos, check out my other 3 videos of when I did my prologue run, my first class trial, and my second class trial. Those are crazy so far. Let's start with the third one. Let's begin. All rise.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate. Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it!
We already do?
Was that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit.
If you're wondering who Hiro is, Yasuhiro Hagakure.
Don't try and deny it! You killed them!
I didn't! Someone knocked me out! I was asleep the whole time! I don't know anything about it!
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
So this is Genocide Jill, aka Toko Fukawa.
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprint for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling. It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know!
Is Hiro really the killer? Or, before anything else, we can make that clear.
Everything we found in your room. The blueprints, the suit parts, they are all...
It's the blueprints because of his writing. Hiro gave me his writing.
Are we sure Hiro really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say? When you compare it to the blueprints.
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Yeah.
Come on! I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
Not fully. We can't fully clear his name.
And he is not the only one. I think Hiro's innocent as well.
Okay, Togami, he might be on our side, but I don't fully think it's Hiro. And secondly, it's not Toko, and it's not us.
What?
Then
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
Why does he have to tell me? And of course he passes it off to me. Yep.
So, who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The individual that was in question was Hiro.
I got it! Other than Hiro, I can't think of anyone else it could have been. Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit, and we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hiro is the prime suspect.
That doesn't make any sense. You just said Hiro didn't do it.
Well, we're saying Hiro was a suspect, but he's not the killer.
It makes perfect sense. Hiro was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
Yep.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption. And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do have a reason, yes?
Of course. But before we get to that,
He's gonna put it on me, obviously.
there's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around!
All things have a proper order.
Chronological order of how stories are taken.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items. Makoto, can you tell us what they were?
The things that were used to move Taka's body, they must have been... It's the dolly.
I got it!
And there's one more thing that moved Taka's body. The blue tarp.
I got it! They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
What's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room, and then we rediscovered it in the repository. And when we found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room.
Yeah, you can see the blood, the pool of blood with the marks, with the dolly.
So the killer must have seen it there and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing. I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there.
Remember the last image that was posted up? There were 3 tarps, a dolly, Taka's body, in the pool of blood.
But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly.
Taka's body's gone. Tire marks, or track marks, from the dolly, and a missing tarp.
Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body, am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
Is she objecting?
Huh?
Is she objecting?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
Okay, it was an objection.
There is no shame in being wrong, and nobody expects much from you anyway. We have all accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Whoa, I've never had anyone sound so nice while being mean. So mean. Okay, I'm being insulted politely, but maybe I can change your mind. If I can just explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. A new element has been added to the bullet time battles. Already won this early? Tell me what it is, baby. Another element for bullet time battles. This time, we have to actually reload. We only have a certain amount of shots to shoot down certain accusations, and on the tempo marker, we can reload. Let's do this. Here we go. Oh, we face Celeste.
You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool! So pathetic! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! Away with you! You miserable wretch! I cannot agree! You are a fool! Lies will get you nowhere! Do your worst! You miserable wretch! You have it wrong! I cannot agree! You are a fool!
Final strike, here we go.
I cannot agree!
This should prove it.
Got it.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here.
The track marks.
When I found the dolly in the repository, one of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread. The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Dolly, Tar, Taka's body. Ow. Jeez, does Celeste really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yeah, the subject of how Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I probably might know why.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer. If you look back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look at how the body was moved, it'll be clear why the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? Robo Justice costume. Does it not bend?
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room. And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
Yeah, the culprit wrapped the body in the tarp, then loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
Now, keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well, yeah. But even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
No, that's wrong.
So it doesn't bend.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
Oh, sorry. Give me a second. Jesus. Don't do that. Come on. We got a crazy dog. Asahina says, I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got somewhere in this thing. Hero, I'm telling you, it wasn't me. Hina, and not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
When you're in that suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist.
It's like a Lego figure. Like how they're standing up and then you turn 90. Like he couldn't bend. Think of a Lego figure.
Am I right about that?
Now that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
In my experience, when I push dollies with my feet, there's no control. Unless there's weight on it, like a cardboard box with some books in it, then yeah, you would have control over it. But nothing on it, it's out of control.
When you can't even see your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit,
Cumbersome suit? I'm not going to a wedding, Taka.
it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Well, I mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance that the costume was taken off to move the body because you can't take it off yourself.
I got it! I don't think taking off the suit was an option. If you remember...
Hero, I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. A little help? Celeste, why would you make something that you can't take off by yourself? Hero, I didn't make this stupid frickin' thing. Kyoko, there's a clasp on the back that's keeping you from getting it off. It looks pretty sturdy. I don't think you can get it off on your own. We don't really have choice. Let's help him.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then, you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
If he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect him.
Yeah, that's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo-Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not? The image of Hifumi being dragged away by Robo-Justice? If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that? Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
Togumi, how did you get hurt? Yamada, that guy hit me. Makoto, what guy? Robo-Justice. Ugh, that's what I decided to call him. Just now, Yamada explains.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question.
Well, photo evidence can be used, and they can be fabricated. I've seen it happen before. Where you would throw something, like pretend to throw something and it's not there, and then you put in a baseball, or tennis ball, or softball, and it appears. That evidence like that can be fabricated. But if it's a shot, if it's a single camera shot and it cannot be fabricated, then yeah.
The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hiro, without a doubt.
Okay, Celeste is still thinking it's Hiro when we cleared his name.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second!
It's still far too early to reach that conclusion.
Yep.
Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility?
Yes. Yes.
Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, the truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
What a pain in the ass!
My God.
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
We gotta find the real killer.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
That is true. Kyoko wasn't, like, nowhere in the investigation.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning. 4 of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself.
So that's 4 people.
We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up. So we went to look for everyone.
So that leaves Hiro, Togumi, Toko, Yamada, Taka, and Celeste.
That was around 8 a.m.
And as soon as we split up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice.
But Hiro's inside the suit.
It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to find Hifumi in the library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office,
Celeste. What's wrong, Togumi? Togami says, Celeste, I saw a shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the third floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Asahina, Celeste, what's wrong? Togami, that was rather an intense scream for someone like you. Celeste, I saw him. The strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
and then,
Mystery person. Ah! Huh? Makoto says. Asahina. What was that? Celeste. That came from downstairs. It must have been. Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. Makoto explains. This is bad. Come on. We have to go back.
at that point, we decided to divide up into two groups.
True.
Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office, while Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect. When we got back to the nurse's office, we found Hifumi, dead. And that's when we heard the body discovery announcement. I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the third floor to let the others know what had happened.
Meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room. We must have found both bodies at almost exactly the same time. Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the three of us headed for the nurse's office.
3? Why not 4? Because there was Sakura, Togami, and Toka.
But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us, and she told us something very surprising.
Oh, sorry. Celeste, Hifumi's body has disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
Oh, that's why. That's why Sakura, Togami, and Makoto were together, and that's why they didn't mention Toko. So Toko passed out and then became Genocide Jack. Togami, this can't be happening. Sakura, are we hallucinating all this or something?
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing. Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time,
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository, which is where we rediscovered the corpses.
So Hifumi, nurse's office, Taka, equipment room, found in the repository.
I think that about covers it.
I see. The whole thing sounds exceptionally complicated. It certainly seems to me that these are not a simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation.
So one at a time, but we don't know who killed first. Or who died first.
And from there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them. Now then, let's get started, beginning with what happened to Taka.
The contradiction hidden what happened to Taka. In order to uncover this case, I have to find them no matter what. Another one of these. Monokuma file number 3.
So, regarding Taka's death, I wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after?
We already know what order they were killed in.
Wait,
Taka came last
What makes you say that?
because of the numbering of the justice hammers.
numbering.
No, it's wrong.
I don't know why I absorbed the order.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers.
I didn't mean to actually, what was it? Grab the flashback. I meant to shoot. I didn't mean to press and hold.
If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used in order, but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that proves Taka was killed before Hifumi. There's something that relates to what time he must have died. Hangman? Oh! It's that easy. I just saw it. It's a wristwatch. H.
Now I understand.
Wristwatch, you tell time.
I've got it. Taka's wristwatch. See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
So when he was killed. When he was killed, the watch broke too. So it doesn't work. So that's his time of death? Was that his time of death, or did they move my hands on the watch?
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer, because as of last night,
Kiyotaka, hey, you! How long were you gonna keep us waiting? Nae Makoto says Taka's irritated voice pierced the air as he stared pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock. You know that. Bedtime for all the little boys and girls. Taka exclaims.
so if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
So Taka died, and then his body disappears with Hifumi's, and then they both end up in the repository.
And before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
So Taka was killed first.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
Yep.
That's exactly why the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size.
So smallest is like 1 and then biggest is like 10.
That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now, if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hold on. I might have an idea. So if Taka was killed in around 6 a.m., Celeste was knocked out, and then Yamada was killed, and then they both end up in a repository. This is so confusing. I think I might have a hunch on who it is. I'm not gonna say it right now.
Because when he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
Because we wake up at 7 in the morning and then go to bed around 10. Yeah, morning is, yeah, so school life, 7 to 10, bedtime, 10 till 7.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Yeah! Mystery person. Huh? Asahina, what was that? Celeste, that came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office. Makoto explains. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office, and that's where we found his body.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
Yeah, it's not genocide, Jack. As I still explained. Because she kills in a certain way. This wasn't her masterpiece.
Oh, I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
If you had a speaker with a microphone connected to an amp, yes, but my phone doesn't reach that much noise when it goes off on full volume.
If that's true, where's the tape?
That's another point.
I don't know.
Thanks.
Don't just go making stuff up.
Anyway, we all have rock-solid alibis for when we heard Hifumi scream. Since all of us were there together, clearly none of us could have killed him.
And it does not stop there. There was also the moment when we discovered his body had disappeared. When his body vanished from the nurse's office, Hina and I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct?
Oh, wait a second. I might have a theory, but I don't think my theory is going to come right. How does Fumi die and then get moved to the 3rd floor? Because the nurse's office is on the 1st floor. Then the 2nd floor is the locker room. The 3rd floor is a repository. And the equipment room. How? What? This doesn't make sense.
And then there's the disappearance of Taka's body from the equipment room. At that time, we were all gathered together in the nurse's office because of Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
That's true. That is true.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
That's something Genocide Jill doesn't do. All she does is slice and dice and then stabs them or pierces them with scissors and pins them up on the wall. That's what Genocide Jack does. This is not what she can do.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body.
That's another theory.
Because, as we just established, she was passed out in the equipment room when his body disappeared.
Yes, basically that last statement can go out the window. This statement can stay.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
Yep. Even though she's a murderer, you still have to trust her. Outside of the school, not inside. Outside, we don't trust her. Inside, different story.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
But it's not Hiro. He was stuffed into the suit.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles. So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how.
How?
In particular, I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing.
Was he carried by someone? Was Sakura in this? I don't know if no, Sakura wasn't. She was with someone. I forgot who.
And according to what Celeste said,
We could have been gone for more than a minute or two, though. Makoto. So then the killer was able to get in and move Hifumi's body in that amount of time? It seems so, Celeste.
his body apparently disappeared in the 1 minute her and Hina took their eyes off of it. But to carry that much weight from the first floor up to the third in that short amount of time?
There's no elevator.
Oh man, yeah! There's no way! It'd be impossible!
If there was an elevator, I was gonna be like, okay, this opens up a whole can of beans.
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
How?
What? How?
If the dead body were to move itself.
Wait, you're saying Hifumi? You're saying Hifumi pretended to be dead and then walked up the stairs? That is a stretch.
The dead body moved on its own?
I'm thinking it was Hifumi who moved himself.
No! Not another ghost!
I don't think it has anything to do with the occult. I think what she's implying is, we thought Hifumi was dead, but perhaps in reality he was still alive.
So he was playing dead. Hifumi.
He was alive?
So if Celeste got hit, Hifumi got hit, pretended to be dead, and then he's found in the repository. But he's dead in the repository. How though? Was Taka alive? No, it can't be Taka.
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
When we rediscovered him.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
Yep.
That it isn't possible.
Unless you got an adamantium skull. The idea that Hifumi was still alive. Is it really possible? Another debate. What do we got? We already used that.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
I think it might be the discovery. I just grabbed it. Exact same time. So it's the timing.
When we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive.
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Yeah. Not that.
No, it's wrong.
I was thinking to myself, what? Because Hifumi was dead after.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Because Hifumi was playing dead. So if Hifumi was dead and Taka was dead, they didn't know until we learned Hifumi was still alive.
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
Yeah.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
True.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
Let's just ask.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much
Come
detail.
on. Come on, just give us a simple answer. Just like a yes or a no, okay?
But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that
What?
it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
So there's 3 people. So if 3 people find a dead body, then that's the announcement.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty.
How though? I'm confused.
He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Wait, one announcement when Taka's body and Hifumi, or should I say, alive Hifumi playing dead, was announced, and then when we found them again, Hifumi died. This is so confusing. I think I might know.
Later on?
I think I might know for the later on one.
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
Second body discovery announcement, the first time it was played was when each body was found in the nurse's office in the equipment room. And the second time was when the body was rediscovered.
I got it! We heard it a second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies.
Ding dong. A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
reality. When the two dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet.
He was alive but playing dead.
Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know!
What is it?
Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That's not what I think.
That is the worst logic I have ever heard.
Yep.
But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
It's not. Our lives are on the line. Let's prove that Shizukumi is still alive. I have to find it and show it to everyone. It's a debate. Come on. These glasses.
Well, here's one thing we do know. The first time we found Hifumi's body was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
And the next time we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
I think there might be.
No, it's wrong.
When your glasses get dirty.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
The evidence that shows I found it in the trash can and in the nurse's office was glasses cleaning cloth.
I got it! It was a glasses cleaning cloth featuring a certain cartoon mascot. One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
Hifumi. I only know Hifumi.
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
Totally. He probably uses just a simple handkerchief.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
And Toku.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... what exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
And it must have been him, right?
Yes.
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
Now I see it.
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood for emergencies. He probably used one of those.
He figured if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out, so he just dumped it everywhere! But he got crazy with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was done! God, what an idiot!
And if Hifumi was still alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
One who moved Taka's body was Hifumi.
I got it! It could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
But that means someone was in the repository to kill him.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, we all went looking for them, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
Someone was inside. Which was Hifumi.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means, when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
So he was an accomplice? But then, accomplices don't... Wait, what's the rule? Is it where if you're an accomplice in a murder, only the killer graduates? I don't know. Put it up.
But that means he took part in the murders.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Yeah, of course.
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed. You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
I see it. I now know. The thing that Hifumi stole from Taka, could it be? What could it be? Scrap of paper. The note!
I got it! You're talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
I got a crazy dog here who thinks she's better than me. want to take a look real quick? Here she is. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. Controller's down. Nope. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. Oh, yeah, you can barely see the nose. Come here. Come here. Come here. Come here. You're not gonna go here. There you go. Come on. Yeah, you see? This is the dog. Alright, can you get off? No, let me finish this up, okay? Yeah, if you see me scratching, that's why.
What? In his pants?
In his pants? Okay, my question is why? Why not just stuff it in your pocket or like have like a small zipper pocket?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
Thank you. I found a hole maybe we can use to escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the equipment room at 6 a.m.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
So that's what it said for Hero's paper. That one was meant for Taka, the one we just showed.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hero got.
There were two notes.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hero. And that person could only have been...
Taka.
I got it! That's right! Taka!
What if Fumi's pants? I saw that in the multiple choice. I am not putting Fumi's pants. It's Taka.
The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection!
What do you have to object?
I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right? So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Happy!
Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right?
Ugh! Yes! Why does you ruin it every time?
Need clarification, our lives are on the line. Man, Genocide Jack is seriously scary. But still, I can't let her get to me. Another debate! Come on. Work and wristwatch, a famous glasses.
Huffy had the note, right? Then the person it was intended for must have been Happy!
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m., I believe.
Okay, now I know.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
No, that's wrong.
That white noise almost got it.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
Look.
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered.
A little after 6, I believe.
We've already proven that using his wristwatch.
Like 6:05? Like 6 o'clock to 6:05. That's probably his murder.
But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So now we know.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note.
They just gave us a free trial for this kill. But what about Hifumi's?
I think that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that... No further objections!
Good.
Then someone used that note to trick Taka. Just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster. Telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it? Stuffed down his pants, no less!
I know why. Okay. I think he was trying to hide the note. He was trying to hide it.
Most likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Proof that Hifumi stole Taka's note. So this is... It's a scrap of paper.
I got it! When I searched Taka's body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is... I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note. There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from his death grip, leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That means Hifumi knew the note was important.
So if he got rid of it, there would have been nothing.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
But then he died. Who would do that?
Whoa.
What? What do you got here?
Yeah. After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact...
No, don't throw us off with another story.
He was behind the whole thing! In fact, he's still alive!
He's dead!
Sorry, no. When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead. The second body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
The killer.
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
You can put it like that. Thank you, Sakura.
He was killed in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
So, he must have been killed after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
Wait, but me and Sakura were together.
If Sakura can clear you.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
Whoa!
Who are you calling a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
What do you got?
And what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same. with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right?
Taka, you're a No, not Taka. Hero, you're a genius!
So if Hifumi was killed in the repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it.
Hero, you are a genius!
But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
Yeah, Hero, I like your statement. You said the weapon in the same room where you killed Hifumi, which was in the repository. So you kill him, seriously risky, because he had to get rid of the blood, if there's any blood on it.
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
Togami, you don't need to. Just say, wow, I might take that. But Togami, stop.
Hell yeah, it's packed in there good and tight.
Pause for a second.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
So which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Okay. So like a mallet? All the way to a sledge?
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
But with differences.
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
The weapon that was actually used to kill Fumi. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Somehow, I have to find the truth. Spotless hammer.
What was used to kill Hifumi?
Spotless hammer.
Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well, one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers!
It's a spotless hammer! And no, I'm not looking up that website.
The murder weapon wasn't a Justice Hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
By the way, I did look it up, and no. If you want to look it up, be my guest.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have easily used that to kill Hifumi. Now, all the hammers in the repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean. And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off.
I forgot about the blood thing.
I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones, small ones, and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
And whoever did that is the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him.
Sakura and Hina were together. Hold up. Let me think. Sakura and Hina were together. That clears them too. Toko. This is not Toko's masterpiece. It's not us. It's not Hiro. And it's not Togami. So that leaves Kyoko and Celeste.
Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with you. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
We did talk about how there wouldn't be any reason for anyone to work together. At least that's what we thought at first, but there were 2 murders. Spotless hammer again? There were 2 murders.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds true, it is simply impossible that 2 people work together on this.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that
Hifumi
only
wasn't a
really
accomplice.
applies. In this case, however, there were 2 murders.
Hifumi was an accomplice, and then he's dead. So he worked with someone and then died with the person he was working with. So he was, yay, I killed someone, and then he got killed again. So it's not
Based on
impossible.
the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. Assuming the rule holds
It's
true.
not impossible. Not impossible.
No, it's wrong. Since there were 2 murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
Because Hifumi was an accomplice.
What do you mean?
If there'd only been 1 murder, then yes, the idea of an accomplice isn't really worth considering. Naturally, if only 1 person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in a scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice if there's no benefit to you. However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk, then cooperation becomes possible.
You're saying that 2 people could act as each other's accomplices to commit 2 separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events, Hifumi would have been the first one to act, murdering Taka. They made him carry out the first murder so he couldn't back out of helping them later on.
So in this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating 2 separate incidents.
Hifumi killed Taka, someone killed Hifumi. He was close to Hifumi.
And it only looked like one person because that's how the true killer designed it to look.
He was closest to Hifumi.
A single suspicious individual, a similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful! How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
My gut is telling me it's Celeste. The effort that made to convince us the two murders were the same, that was the main characteristic this time. Kyoko must have noticed that the fact from the very beginning, which is why she said not to look at it as a series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. Kyoko's really amazing, although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like, it's almost unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved, but then who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now!
The true killer manipulated Hifumi to carry out a number of actions and, in the end, murdered him. In the debates up until now, the way the case was unfolded when you consider all that, there's only one person. It's Celeste! Celeste was closest to Hifumi.
Here's my answer. It was Celeste.
So I'm the suspicious individual now, am I?
Yes.
I really do hate this kind of joke.
A joke? I wonder.
Celeste says nothing.
So what you are saying, then, is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi. The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him,
Her voice is changing.
that I would go within 10 feet of that shit from brains, that lazy, worthless goddamn idiot!
Celeste is pissed. I think because when we said her name, and that about who killed him, it's Celeste.
Pardonnez-moi.
You're French?
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
Is that so?
There is.
It is. Throughout the investigation, there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
What it is that only Hifumi and Celeste had in common. Encountering the individual.
I got it! The behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it? The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
Oh my god! Togami, really?
Sorry.
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
Are you kidding me?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
I saw a shadow. Something moving around at the top of the stairs. Celeste exclaims.
we headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen.
Man.
Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
Celeste, what's wrong? Hina explains. Togami, that was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him. The strange costume man, Celeste says. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down into the hallway and disappeared.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
It was a signal. Yeah! Mystery person. Huh? What was that? Asahina says. Celeste, that came from downstairs. It must have been. Hifumi. He's in the nurse's office, Makoto exclaims. This is bad. Come on, we have to go back.
It was to get us to divide into two groups. So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
So they could throw us off.
In fact, Celeste was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Then why don't we split into two groups? Celeste answers. Togami, I will lead the hunting party. That seems much more interesting. Very well then, Makoto and Hina, you come with me to the nurse's office, Celeste exclaims. I will leave the capture of the suspicious individual to Toko, Byakuya, and Sakura.
Well, if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected.
Celeste says nothing.
And on top of that, that piercing cry of yours early on. That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the third floor, everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
The sea? Celeste says nothing. She knows her story is coming together.
I just realized another strange thing. When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead.
Celeste, I certainly was not expecting this. I did not imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
She took a risk. Celeste says nothing.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kinda sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She used that window.
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed. Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
I have no idea what you mean.
What do you mean? You haven't said anything for a long time. You were involved in this case.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
Oh, did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
They must be really enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of standing around, frightened and confused. We're all gonna die here. We're all gonna die just like those guys. Those guys! I didn't catch that earlier. Those guys. So she said that? Those guys. So she's referring to Hifumi and Taka.
I remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed, so Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the four of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Although I don't really get what it means.
You hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
Nothing. Yakuya said that Celeste comment doesn't make sense. But what is he alluding to? Those guys. It's those guys. What do I get before I shoot? Monokuma file number 3, that's been used.
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And that is all I said.
And that's all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it, what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
So strange. So strange, it was not right. Those guys, what's so strange?
All I said was, they must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die.
Just like... No, that's wrong. That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died. When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
So if we said that earlier, she would have said that. Nothing.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So how did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
That's a new position that Makoto's doing. Nothing.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
now that she's saying that, let's go back. Hiro went to the rec room, unconscious, it's in the suit. Hifumi's taking Hiro away in the suit.
It has to be some kind of setup, right? So let's put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to set up the picture.
That could be one, but I don't think that's it.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit.
But he was unconscious.
Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you is a lie, how can this picture exist?
Simple. Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
Surely there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
Hifumi's carrying Hiro.
No, there is no other explanation.
Think. She's not thinking. Other explanations? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, the other possibility is if Hifumi had been drinking. We're in school, come on. He's dragging the suspect away.
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility.
Yes, it is.
The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Hiro, we know it's not you.
Such a thing is utterly impossible.
It's not. A picture can be worth 1,000 words.
Hifumi was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
There is one thing.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Wow. Okay, what do you have, Celeste? Celeste thinks she can prove there's no way Hifumi was dragging the suspect away. But is that really possible? Three bullets.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
No, that's wrong.
It doesn't bend. It doesn't bend.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that.
It's rigid. Think of a skeleton. Think of an air bubble.
Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
Asahina, you can't totally bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
Yeah, it can't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake.
Okay, how?
I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Okay. Celeste is getting more agitated. She knows.
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Gotcha, Celeste.
Well then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Checkmate?
Yeah, checkmate.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Jeez. You're the ultimate gambler. Come on, I'm rolling the dice, I'm making the money and pulling it out of the betting area.
Celeste? Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem. Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Her voice has changed so much. Asahina, hey Hifumi, who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you? Killed me? Yamada says. That's right. I remember their name. Yasu. Hiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not?
High pitched now?
He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
It's not Hiro. We just cleared his name.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hagakure!
Right! But my name isn't really Yasuhiro! It's actually Taro!
What? I gotta find out more.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense. You're only making things more complicated.
Hey, put down in the comments, like, right now on if it's actually Taro.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Oh.
Kyoko, what do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
Hey, if we're serious a lot, he gave us nicknames. No, he didn't give us nicknames. Last names.
I got it! That's right! Our last names! He called us all by our last names!
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example. So if Hifumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
What? No.
Indecent?
Don't talk.
Okay, stop, Togami.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No, there's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
Yeah, he was.
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Wait, hold up. This is gonna be put up in the edit. Sakura Ogami, Kyoko Kirigiri, Byakuya Togami, Makoto Naegi, Toko Furukawa, Aoi, Asahina, and then Celeste. Celeste doesn't have a last name.
Well, no. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to. And that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
She gave us a fake name?
What did you just say?
Uh-oh.
To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you?
You're the ultimate gambler. You look like you can have millions on you. Come on. Look, the house always wins. I'm sorry.
Well? Do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
You're really on edge.
Okay, then fill us in. What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up!
My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
So Celestia Ludenberg's her real name, but that doesn't tie to Hero. To Yasuhiro. Celeste still won't give up, so then I have to do something to make her accept it. Another debate. Is it? Give me the handbook?
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to tell you? My name is... Celestia Ludenberg! God damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth.
Truth?
And since you have no way to contradict me,
Actually, we can.
that's the only truth there is! Moron!
Missed it, I think. The owner's real name. So Celestia Ludenberg
Hifumi was
isn't the
trying
real
to
name.
tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
if there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
How many times do I have to tell you?
So it's a fake name. Celestia Ludenberg's a fake name.
Is... Celestia Ludenberg! God damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me,
Come on! Got it!
No, that's wrong.
Let's go! Got it!
That's it. The handbook.
Because it displays our real names.
what?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start it up, it will display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook. It has so many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check our handbook, and that'll clear up everything. That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
That's an invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
If you refuse to cooperate, no matter what, it's you. Nothing.
Celeste, can you please just tell us what really happened?
Softer approach.
Please, just tell us.
Nothing. the room, Celeste.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up. Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
That's true, though, but we have everything shifting towards you. All the suspicion, all the guilt, all the murder.
Fine then. Let me settle it.
It's closing arguments, I think.
Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes. And that'll bring everything to an end.
It's the closing arguments, right? Closing arguments, let's go! Act 1. How many acts are there? Oh. How many acts are there? Act 5? Act 6? 6 acts. Let me start from the beginning. I think this is Yamada making a deal. 1 a.m. That's here. I think this time goes here and then here, right here. Number 2, this one. Photo. 3 time Taka. That's Taka looking at his watch, right? There's Fumi. Justice Hammer 4. Makes it swings. And then this will be right here. Shows the photo. I'm gonna go back to that. I have no idea. Would this be 3? I think so. That's the tarp. And this is the spotless hammer. All we're missing is the other one. I'm guessing it's this one. One more time through before we commit. Killer talks to Yamada, makes, I think, a deal. 1 a.m., heroes in the rec room. He gets kidnapped, stuffed in, takes a fake photo. Then it's past 6. Taka's right there. Yamada kills Taka with the 4th hammer. The fake photo. Yamada's hit with number 2. It's getting cleaned up. Splash. Number 3. There's blood on it. Next 6. The tarp. He pushes Yamada's body and then the spotless hammer. I think we got it. What a case.
The killer is you! Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
Time's right.
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning. That someone they met with was Hiro. The murderous duo intended to pass Hiro off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo-Justice suit. Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo-Justice was attacking him. while the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault. They did all this just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hiro. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker.
6.
And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room. And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes. So, next they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo Justice as the suspect. The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken. They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story. The second fake incident was the attack in the library. This time, they planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us that story.
Okay, I believe I got this one.
With these 2 incidents, the killers were able to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that, but while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered. He let out a scream to draw us back, and when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time. So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi. We left the nurse's office, and Hifumi once again took advantage of the situation. He simply got up and made his escape. When we learned his body had disappeared, we all rushed back to the nurse's office. And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is... Celeste. Sorry.
You lose!
I lost?
Yeah, you did.
I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no.
Celestia Ludenberg was the killer.
Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Yasuhiro! Taiko Yasuhiro! I know you can't see it because of my face cam, but I'll put it up in the video right now. Taiko Yasuhiro, also known as Celestia Ludenberg, was the killer.
Keiko?
So, you finally accepted it.
I'm the kind of person, once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
Interesting.
We did it! Celeste was revealed as the killer, yes. The reason why? She wanted to get a whole mansion because if whoever graduates this time gets $10 million. And that $10 million was going to let her buy a mansion. Alrighty. Game over. Celeste has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. So she's tied up. Castle. Burning of the Versailles witch? So they're gonna burn her alive? No. Well, she did say she was gonna burn Kyoko alive during the trial. I think this is what you get for saying words like that. Everything's burning, quickly spreading. Dreadful music. Escape. They're just gonna keep her burning. Okay, good. Someone send emergency help. Good, let's go. No. She's crushed. She's a crushed, burnt corpse now. Thanks for doing that. We did receive a key, and this key was something that was hiding from us. Celeste gave us a key, locker number 17, and that is when we found Alter Ego, who is Chihiro Fujisaki as an AI. Here we go again, but we talked to Kyoko why she wasn't in the investigation much. She found something, a hidden room. It's in the boys' bathroom. Let's check out this footage. What's this? My head feels funny. Strange sensation. Seems like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them before. Somewhere. But I can't quite remember. What do I know? What don't I know? We got knocked out, and now something's happened. This piece of footage you need to watch. It's important. It's fighting. What's going on? What? Before there raged a battle beyond anything humanly possible. No one sights not a human, that's for sure, but regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing?
Sakura? She doesn't say anything.
I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
A deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret.
Wait, Sakura's the traitor, a mole?
I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
She's a mole?
Okay. But you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
Hostage? What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? Then could it be? The mastermind spy is... Chapter 3. The end. 10. Now 7. To be continued. Alright, everybody. That was a crazy another trial out there. If you want to catch more of these videos, check out this video right here. That is the last video I've done for this playlist. If you want to check out the whole playlist, check this video right here. That is the entire playlist of the Danganronpa series. If you want to catch up more, please subscribe. I'm live on Twitch. I'm live on Kick. Make sure to follow my Instagram too. I do upload some content on there. Make sure to follow. I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.